Yeah, hey everybody. Thank you so much for your time and joining Quotr for our session. As you can see on your screen, the major topic today we're going to cover is our AI agents, which is a little bit different from like the traditional like AI copilot where it does for you for certain task, but then you have to manually kind of manipulate it and then control it to make sure like it's actually getting the results you want. This is where you can actually directly understand the plans. Anything's on the construction drawings can be directly reflects into your drawings. So let's talk about like kind of the problems, right? Where it takes a long time to really generate step bids you wanted to really have, where it's not only just like the amount of bids. So taking an example for one of our pre like our customer, where they have to generate about like 100 bids a month to just send out. So you can imagine like how much actual time pressure they're under, and also kind of it's just like not enough time to really put into like for like the quality time to really to make sure the quality is good, but rather like actually spending the time in those tedious manual steps. And because of there's so many drawing sets they have to review, there's not so much time to like dive deep into like construction drawings. So there might be like actual mistakes that happens inside this period. So this is where like kind of the whole thing starts is like just to make sure, although it says it's plain English, but if it's like in Hispanic, if it's in Japanese, if it's in like any other languages, it will work. It doesn't matter. You can ask your drawing sets the way you want it. It will still understand drawing sets in English and then interpret it into the languages you're currently working on. So this way, it expedite that process to really understand. So before the humans, when it's actually getting familiarized with like a whole sets of drawings, more than 100 pages, all oftentimes it spends like at least like a few hours to just understand like where all the schedules are because every time the architects are different, the kind of the municipal is different, so the kind of the codes and also the schedules and also the drawing styles, everything is different. But with the AI agent, it takes like 1 or 2 minutes top for like larger file, and then for smaller file, it takes like 30 seconds to really process the whole thing, and then so that gives you like comprehensive understanding about the each of the subtrades. So yeah, this way you can directly ask questions. And that's where this all comes out. So actually, reads for your plans, for any notes, for any of the AI, kind of the machine learning tools we develop, where it can actually see not only just the drawing itself, but also anything you've done with Quotr previously. So it will read all the markups, all the kind of the takeoff, all the cost estimation you've done previously, and then using that information and then directly give you the results for certain trades, and then for some other trades, uh, it doesn't give you the results, but it will tells you exactly what it is, and then you can just use the tools to do it. And currently, we're actually improving this every week, so it's having more interconnectivities with all the features we already have. So the AI is doing it for you. Um, and yeah, it does come with the sites, the citation, because people do want it to understand where this actually coming from to make sure the AI is correct. So that is very straightforward. And Jaron, our friend here, from Quotr, is gonna later demonstrate the whole process for you. Yeah, so basically, let's talk about like how it actually works. So the input is simple. You can input a PDF, JPEG, any kind of forms of images, or if you have a DWG file, currently it's the best for you to export it into like PDF and then export it into the system. And this is like kind of the summarization of everything is actually reading from the codes, from the project metadatas to all the things I talk about, the specifications, the schedules, the construction plans, everything you need to know about the specific construction projects for your trade or for this entire project. Uh, so uh, it's pretty straightforward. Like any other AI tools out there, you not only ask, you just ask questions, right? And then it will try its best to deliver what you want it to do. And so with this, we kind of going through before, we know like how the previous version, if you're bidding a lot of the projects, this actually give you a lot more confidence. Rather than like you have to like rush your time and then trying to understand the project and give you your best estimate. Now you actually have the sources from the drawings to back you up. And also, like if there's any missing stuff, it's actually going to pick it up for you. So one example from like last week or from a client is using the AI agent is like while we're having a conversation with them is like we detect something he never realized before from the AI, and the AI actually highlighted for him for the specific project. So he was pretty amazed by what the level of detail the AI agent can do. Um, now it's the time for the live demo, but I would before we start the whole demo, I would first highlight our first like AI agent, like long run agent, for electrical. This is a pre-launch version where it does take a lot of token, but it does everything for you. So from the beginning to the end. And I would love, Jaron, you can start to share and you can start it to kind of first show how the long run agent works. It does take like from 30 minutes to an hour to do, but when it's finished, it's actually finishing the whole job. And we're actually evaluating this ways some cost estimators work. And then the levels of accuracy is about the same because the AI is actually checking itself. So you don't really have to put any extra works, but currently it only supports for the electrical trades, where we remove the most tedious and boring part of the job. So you can actually focusing on actually the bids and then actually talking to the customer. So enough talk on my side. I'll move the drive wheels back to Jaron.
All right, so
Yeah, so there's actually two parts. So there's the regular AI agents, Jaron's gonna share, which is for all the trades. But for the long run agent, where it does it for all, it does the takeoff, like does the markup, does the sourcing the materials from suppliers. That is only for electrical. Hope that answers your question, Karina.
so how the long run agent works is you go to this kind of page. It supports only electrical trades for this type of agent. And what it does is it reads your entire plan and can give you a full cost estimate without you doing like any input at all. All you need to do is upload like your PDF plans. And pretty much what it will do um, is just upload all the pages to the cloud. You can continue. And then what the AI will do is it'll like go through and process your plans, kind of categorize where everything is, do all that sort of stuff. And then it will give you a chat and then you can answer it. So you can just leave this part in the background. And that's what we're going to do for now. Because this can take just like you can leave it in the background and it can take like 20 minutes. It could take an hour depending on the size of the plans. But when it's done, you can actually get the full estimate. So
This is
that's the yeah.
kind of
So while we're that's running, we can switch to another um, part of the agent.
I have a quick question. I did put it in
Yeah.
the chat and I believe it was answered. Sorry, I'm like multitasking right now. So
Oh no, you're good. Yeah.
the rent agent, if I'm understanding correctly, it'll only do like the quantity takeoffs for the electrical trades, right?
No, it's also cost estimation. We'll pull up the cost information and then compile it for you in a bid package, basically.
Okay, and just understanding Quotr, I know there's two different agents, but the one you guys are showing right now, that's the cost estimation and the quantity takeoff, right?
Yes, yes, yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay, cool. Thanks.
Okay. Do we want to switch over and take a look at the one inside the app now?
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead, Jared.
Let me share my screen for this other one. So this is the contractor app. This is where you can actually do the estimate yourself. You can mark up your drawings and all that sort of stuff. But the idea is the agent that we're talking about when we've been referring to this is the actual agent in the editor. So what this kind of allows for is you can just ask the agent to, about something about the drawing. So you could ask like, what is this drawing? How does it, where is the electrical, like where is the, well, this drawing?
And for information is actually on the drawing sets you're not f familiarized with, and you want like a rough cost estimation, you can directly ask about it too.
Yeah. So you can go and it'll link you to all the sheets that you want to like see. But you can do some like good things like start and it can start helping you with things like this. So it'll actually like go through the whole plan and try to locate all the doors and windows because it's actually categorized. It's because it takes a little bit of time every time you create a project. It goes and does that same similar sort of categorization, and then you can ask it questions about the document. So these are very useful things you can kind of look through to get like number of breakdowns of how many items are in the drawing set and stuff like that. Is there anything else you want to add on this, Hanya?
Yeah, so for the folks that have used the project, if they have used the Quotr platform before, they would know like on the right side, we also have the cost estimation like table. So anything the AI agent do for the next iteration, uh the next iteration, you can directly import that information from the agent to your table and then to spit out the kind of the end proposal. Basically, that's kind of the workflow.
Yeah,
But
so you can take like these values and put them into your actual table to get the cost estimate.
yeah, but to get started, it's actually already be able to like capture anything in the drawing sets where you have understanding about like the kind of the quantity takeoffs part, and then
Hmm.
it's also be able to kind of if you already have like items, let's say like templates, you already input it into the table, it can actually read your table and then kind of match that with the template you already assigned to that specific items.
Yeah.
And other than that, it's because it's very straightforward. The idea for today's session is just to showcase, this is basically it will understand the drawings better than you do in the first place. And it will help you actually get to the level where you can actually do any understanding of the specific projects for light fixtures, for walls, for windows, for all the subtrays. Recently, we've done a lot of like drywalls, calculations, as well as for the kind of the stonework, which
Yeah.
a lot of subcontractors is directly pulling those information. Yeah.
A big benefit of the agent is consider this project has 59 pages, but this can work up to like 200 more pages and stuff. This can work with a very large PDF file that may be hard to sort through, and the agent will probably be faster at telling you where things are on the PDF than you could do yourself too. Because
And
it's actually, yeah.
I see. Yeah, I see Karina is asking another questions about concrete. Yes, concrete is actually, so if you're asking about the what kind of concrete you're going to be using, what specific location areas, you can also ask that to the agent. And by the way, the software does come with like a 7-day free trial. So for folks that are interested, feel free to sign up for our account and then you can try it for yourself to see if it's actually going to be able to answer all the questions you want.
Yeah,
Uh,
and you get full access to this part of the software, like the
yeah.
agent and the takeoff editor
One thing
for
I
seven
think we
days.
wanted to highlight, Jaron, is like that processing. So maybe we can start it from scratch to open up a new one. And then we can tell them how when this is ready to use. It does take like 30 seconds to about like 2 minutes to process the drawings, depends on how big it is.
Um,
So
Let me just open up this one.
yeah, sure. So basically you can just upload the drawing sets into the system and then now then the drawing is being processed. And later
Yeah.
on, it can actually spit out the results for you.
Yeah, so all you need to start is just your PDF. Like the entire like editor and stuff is based off of that, and it'll like the PDF names and all that stuff will be generated after you upload your PDF. So
Yeah.
you can see that it's still initializing. So it takes a little bit, but it's like 30 minutes Oh, sorry, not 30 minutes. 30 seconds to like a minute, something around there for this size of PDF.
Yeah. And
And in the meantime, you can go through and add stuff manually too, but you can just leave it in the background for a moment to let it run.
yeah, so another thing where the agent is going to be helpful is actually when you finish and have a table of estimates, estimation line items in the project. So, Jaron, do you have a specific project that actually has a lot of the line items? Because it can actually cross-check what you've done with what's on the drawing sets to make sure there is no discrepancy. So if we can demonstrate that, that would be also very helpful.
Let me see if there's a good one on the
Yeah,
one
so
sec.
for I mean, by the way, we do actually have a service branch for our software where we directly help with customers if they just don't have enough bandwidth to actually do these jobs, where our in-house cost estimator is using these agents to deliver. They actually typically use this quite a lot, but currently not on my accounts. I don't really have this kind of pre-made projects. But basically what I just described is like if you have already used the AI tools like what is listed here to detect the symbols, to detect the kind of the ceiling fans, maybe you can demonstrate one of the symbol detection tools.
Yeah, sure.
We
Yeah,
can,
and also if you notice now that the agent's already completed, so you can ask it questions already. So it only takes like a minute to do. Um, but yeah, let's try some symbol detection. So um maybe we're looking for this symbol right here. You
sure.
can just select it on the drawing and then just select your entire search area. And then
The idea is
um
trying to compare this with what the AI agent actually find out. So let's first find all these things for you and then assign it to a specific line items.
yeah, obviously if you have the item, you can add your own custom items into the database
So you see,
and use those exact ones.
yeah, now it has
Okay.
this item, and we
Yeah,
can
so
also,
now if you see the quantity is actually linked fully to this item here. What sort of prompting does this go for? Like,
yeah. So
should I compare?
basically, we can say like, can you check for the canopy lights and make sure like the stuff I write is correct. Like like make sure the lights are the items amount are correct. Noticing like the agent's also gonna prompt you when you select the trades is gonna propose some of the most common asked questions, so you can also get those in there. Yeah, see, like it's actually gonna pick up for
Yeah,
because we're not using the canopy. This is not really the canopy
yeah,
light, so it's actually picking up it up. So on the drawing it says there's only 25 because the
yeah.
other thing
Because
is
there's actually a different thing that's a canopy light, but this one is a 40 item set.
yeah.
But we
So
just picked a random item when we did it. So the agent already recognizes that we picked the wrong item, pretty much. But there's a discrepancy there. So if you did something like that, it could help check, make sure your final process is correct.
yeah, so this adds an extra layers to make sure like all your bids and everything is correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, because it's so simple to use, it doesn't require
Yeah.
like a long time to really explain how it works.
Yeah.
Like a
Honestly, what I would say is you can ask the agent itself how it works too. You can ask it, what can I ask you? And then it'll also be able to tell you just like uh what you're kind of looking for. But honestly, you can ask a lot about the project and it'll probably give you a decent answer of what you're looking for. It can kind of count stuff. In the future, we'll have that part where it'll be able to do even more stuff, where it can actually do things for you and do these sort of markups and takeoffs for you.
Yeah, so another thing is you see like actually has like two parts where the first part is just talk about ask about the user menu. This actually have like ways to teach you how to use the entire Quotr system outside of just the AI agent. But on the other side, it also can directly, refer back to the specific project. So yeah, it's gonna pull out the information like how
Yeah,
step by
so
step you can start to use this.
yeah, so if you don't know how to use like the symbol detection or something, you can go read through the documentation right here because you should just ask how it is, and then it'll read through our documentation instruction files for you and just give you the answer. But yeah, so I think that's all with the agent right here. Do we want to continue with the slideshow for now?
Of course. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. So this is
Also, the long run agent is done too, so we can go back to that if you want.
oh the yeah, so the long run agent is done, but let me just finish it out,
Sure,
then
sure.
I'll let
Let's do that first. Yeah.
yeah. So basically the why what this AI agent is really for, right? So as I said, like it will help like estimators significantly improve their time to do their takeoffs and estimation. And on the GC side, this is like a way to quickly understand the scope for all the trades and then help them understand, like the bidding process, like how to do things. And for shop contractor is very similar to estimator, but rather than like all the trades they have to do, they can focus on their own trades and on those specific pages and then let the work be done by the AI agents. And yeah, the next time, just it's like I said, straightforward. Go to Quotr AI and register for your free trial, or if you already have one, give it a try inside your version. Uh, and that's basically the kind of the whole presentation. But I'll pass back to Jaron so you can start to show the results for the long run agent where you see there's no human intervention at all. It just does it for you.
The other agent we were doing is kind of like human input where you have to ask it, help it to do your drawing. This one in electrical can do it entirely for you. And that this is the project we just uploaded in the short amount of time, 15 to 20 minutes. It's already completely finished. So I can now ask it like anything about the plans. I can literally ask it generate and uh finished. So I can just show you what this result looks like when you're done. So that agent can then run in the background and do it all. And this is actually the same exact plans that we had. And you can just download the finished Excel file with all the items in it. So let me just show you what that looks like. So here. Okay. So it gives you the whole quarter estimate with every single item described with all its quantities, its units, its pricing, and a reference to the item actually itself.
And the thing about this is actually it's pulling the latest price to the
Mhm.
uh to like Home Depots or to Lowe's to like some general stores where you can just get them. And then the price because for them is all live and fluctuates. This is like what is happening at the
Yeah.
moment actually. So it's very accurate pricing.
Yeah, so it literally makes the searches on the internet while it does the estimate. So once you download that, that is like the most up to date possible for the pricing on like these kind of sites. And it goes
Yeah.
and tries to find like the best one.
Yeah, and
Um,
some people might be interested in like, okay, so this looks just like ChatGPT. How is this like better than ChatGPT? Yeah, you can feed your drawing sets directly to the ChatGPT and let it run for you. It will spit something out. Looks legit, but all the numbers, all the kind of the connections with the actual products are wrong. So you can give it a try on your own. We've tried it multiple times. It just would not deliver what we have actually in-house. And
yeah,
this is
this is built specifically to like very accurately track its sources and like guarantee accuracy in its numbers versus like ChatGPT, which will like hallucinate stuff. This is um it's using AI, but it's also guaranteeing accuracy due to the process of how we do it.
And Jaron, I believe we can also showcase the kind of the labeled stuff from the agents. Do you know how to do that?
Are you talking about on the other?
No, so on the
Yeah.
long run agents, you can also
Oh,
spin
okay.
the drawings where actually mark it up for you.
How do I do that?
Uh but yeah, so since we haven't generated this is taking some time to actually spit out that
Okay.
the results, we're
But I could
gonna
do the marked up PDFs too.
yeah, it will actually spit out the marked up PDFs where it has all the kind of the marked up and then how they actually come to the labor cost and then the material cost. Because
Okay.
with labor cost, it does come with all with electrical, it does come with all the wiring. So the extra money for the labor is included for each of the fixture rather than have to have to do the home run and everything for you. It's all included, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, in this case, I will actually show just briefly what that kind of thing looks like this is not the one we just did, but I'm saying this is what the agent would kind of generate for you and give you a whole breakdown of all the counts that it did. So you could then go and review what the actual process it did to do the takeoff was. Because essentially it did do this kind of takeoff in this software, but just completely autonomously. So you didn't
Yeah,
have to touch it at all.
yeah, it's
So that's
basically
that's
gonna
why
check.
it's using our software and stuff. So it's guaranteeing this accuracy, and the counts is actually done with like real calculators and stuff like that. So
Yeah, because all the kind of the tools we made is accurate. And then we're using these agents to kind of teach them step by step how to check for each of the markups. So when you actually use this long run agent, you're gonna see like his thinking process, what he's doing, like how he's making sure he's not making mistakes. We're like having
mhm.
all kind of each steps listed out for you so you can see like how the thinking process of this agent actually works. And
Exactly.
this one is actually ask per base because the cost of is a lot higher for these kind of long run agents. So rather than like it's included in the AI agent, which is already in the Quotr, the long run agent is gonna be charged per project base rather than actually have it available all the time for you on the platform.
But again, the long run agent is a completely autonomous process. It's a little bit more like a service. You just kind of, you're like, okay, take the plans, give me the estimate. Versus the other one is like there's some manual input to
Which
work alongside the agent, which is that's the not per project because it's kind of based more of how much you're working on it. This other one is completely autonomous. It's just like give me a result.
Yeah, so I would say like the use case would be very straightforward for your day-to-day work. The Quotr AI agents embedded in the versions are your best to go because it covers for most of your projects, for all the trades, and it just like it's free. It's like included in the subscription. And this one is when you have excessive work you can actually offload some of the stuff to the agent so you don't have to worry about too many bids piled up and you don't have enough time to deal it all.
Mhm.
And yeah, with that said, not sure if any other people have like any questions, and we're happy to take it. And if not, the best case for using this agent is just register for an account, or if you already have an account, go into a version, click on that little symbols on the top left corner bottom left corner and then just go into the AI agent and started to use it. Thank you all.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Thank you for coming.